Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here to do my review of 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After, Season 5, Episode 13. Cold, hot tempers and cold feet. It's something like that. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for joining the family. And to all of my nieces and nephews who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. I want to say thank you to you all for allowing me to take a couple of days off, okay? I have really needed to take some time off from the YT, and I appreciate your patience in allowing me to do that. But anyway, so let's get back to the reviews at hand. I've got a whole bunch of things I've got to catch up with you all on, so I am not going to make these videos long at all. The first couple that, okay, wait a minute. If I had to rate this episode, I would rate the episode a D. And the only reason why I would rate it a D is because it wasn't really anything interesting that happened to me, happened for me. I thought that it was a filler episode. I feel like they just drawn out the season, and we're ready for things to get started, in my opinion. Now, you may have a different opinion about the episode. If you do, please feel free to leave that down in the comments section. Let me know what you would rate the episode from Sunday. Okay, I can't even say last night because it's now on Tuesday. Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? I don't know. It's one of them days of the week. So anyway, the first couple that I want to talk about is Kalani and Asuelu. Okay, Kalani and Asuelu, as we have found out from previous videos, that the two of them have been putting on the scam. As I indicated, Kalani had put a video or a post up on Instagram indicating that she's on a reality show with one of those little, action things, okay? So I have a tendency now not to believe anything that Kalani is doing. I don't know whether or not this is a storyline or not, but we're going to try to go off of what we actually did see, okay? So Kalani is sitting in the backyard, and she's having a conversation with her husband after she's already had a conversation with her mother. She indicates in the conversation with her mother that she wants to make sure that she does everything humanly possible, okay, to keep her marriage together. And if she's going to get a divorce from him, she wants to make sure that she has done everything. She wants to be able to tell her boys that she swam every ocean, that she climbed every mountain, that she chopped down every cherry tree, okay, in the forest. All right? So she's talking to Asuelu, and she suggests to Asuelu that they do therapy. And Asuelu, being as ignorant as he is, okay, and yes, I called him ignorant. As ignorant as he is, indicated that, the therapist was going to be white. And he didn't want a white therapist. He wanted someone who was from Samoa, okay? And so Kalani told him, first of all, that's an assumption that all therapists are going to be white. And because we live in Utah, all right, if you will, more than likely it might be white, but that does not negate the fact that there are probably, therapists of every race and nationality. And so she told him that even if the therapist is white, that they could, basically have an interpreter in there. And they did. They had this sweet little girl with the flower in her hair. He doesn't understand basically what a therapist is, but she's indicating to him that the relationship may be over unless they do have this therapist, okay? So they, go into the therapist's office, and he begins to ask the two of them questions about the relationship. And he believes that, she should be submissive, and that his feelings got hurt when her family was involved in the relationship, between his family, that she had went to go and see his family without his permission. And she feels like he wants to control her, regulate her, drag her around by her hair, like a caveman. And she doesn't want to do that. But Asuelu wants to be the head of the household, but bitch, you working at a yogurt shop, okay? You giving out samples of yogurt all day. Bitch, you can't be. Now, if y'all living in a tree house, okay, then you can go hit on the beater man over that, because I mean, all you got to do is pay for the repairs and the ladder when y'all big asses try to go up the tree. But anyway, he can't really do anything, and so they were given a homework assignment where the two of them, had to. The next couple that okay, the next couple that I want to talk about is Coltie and Jess, and then Jess and Larissa. Okay, so the two lives, as we all knew on Instagram, have already, the two women have already come together. But in this episode, we see Coltie, basically still playing the victim with Jessica. He and his mother is just running this game, all right? Larissa had mentioned when she was at the restaurant with Jessica, right, that she believes that Coltie want to be a pimp. I think Debbie's the pimp, okay? But, let me keep it focused here. So Coltie is, still sitting with Jessica and indicating that I was a bad boyfriend, instead of indicating that he is a bad boyfriend to her. He now is going through all this. She's talking about the dick pics that he has been sending out to all these 800 women on Instagram, Facebook, and all other kind of social media platforms. And Coltie does not deny this, okay? He actually knows that this is something that he has been doing, but he makes no apology for it. Debbie, of course, as we know, had left out because Debbie was a little disappointed that she was the only one who had not opened up her DMs on Instagram and received a dick pic from her son. So Debbie was a little upset about that. She had to go, into another room and get her attitude and everything together. Debbie comes back into the room when Coltie and Jessica are screaming at each other. Basically, he tells her that the young lady is living with him. And as, of course, we all know from Instagram, she has been, captured in pictures with him and in videos and all of that. And the two of them appear to be a couple. I don't know who would fuck Coltie. And I'm just going to, I just, like, what are you doing here? Like, who would fuck Coltie? So anyway, Coltie and Vanessa have been seen together. He indicates that she was going through a divorce. And Jessica asked him, is she, sleeping with you? And, of course, he denies. Now, when, of course, Vanessa's name comes up, here come Debbie. And Debbie is saying that Jessica is responsible for everything that has happened to her, that her son is not responsible for this. She says that, she feels sorry for the girl. How can you feel sorry for her when you allowing your son to pimp her out? And Jessica is angry, not only because Coltie is cheating on her, but because she opened up her family to him. She allowed him and his raggedy ass piece of mother to come to, her country to meet her whole entire family. They partied, they drank, they did all those things. And now, he's only been toying with her and playing all these games. And then Debbie wants to say that all of this is Jessica's fault and that Jessica's getting what came to her and that she's responsible for this bullcrap. And then she comes out and jumps out of the corner now all of a sudden because she wants to say that it's her fault that Vanessa is there. Bullshit. Okay, on the play. We're not going for that. None of us are stupid. We understand exactly what's happening. Debbie, you are allowing your son to live in this, bask in this moment, okay, of a little bit of fame. He's getting his 5 minutes or so. Women have never been attracted to him before. He won't get no ass, and so you are helping your son to get all the ass and all the activity and all the excitement that he has always dreamed about having. I think Debbie is just disgusting. But the thing about it is there's so many other mothers who do the same thing. They allow their sons to cheat on women over and over again. Here's the thing. Good thing that there is a karma out there because Coltie is going to get that back. So, of course, Jessica decides that she's going to break up with Coltie, which is what Coltie was waiting for, because he needed to have someone, from Brazil or from another country, Colombia, a Guyana. He don't give a damn where they from. He needed to have somebody so that he can continue his stay on 90 Day Fiance. And so later on, we see Jessica, Larissa walking into a restaurant. Larissa's walking into that restaurant, indicating that one of the women that she had reached out to, or that was messing with Coltie, was waiting for her. And lo and behold, it's Jessica. Jessica tells Larissa that she's broken up with Coltie. She talks about the dick pic, that he says hello. I think it's not funny. I know that they're trying to drag this out and they want this to be funny, but this isn't funny. And so Larissa tells her that, she saved her life, basically. She saved Jessica's life, but she didn't save Jessica's life because Jessica screwed him. And the both of them said that his weenus was about this big. If any of you all have been a recipient of the weenus, okay, the weenus is seriously really about that big, okay? I mean, we talking about, maybe about an inch or two. I don't know whether or not it sucked in or it sucked out, or I don't know what happened. Maybe he had a little bob in event. I don't know, but this mofo really don't have no penis, and I don't understand how. I guess Jessica, when she was screwing with him, she just wanted a little tickle of the. Next, the next couple I want to talk about is Tanya and Sinjin. Tanya and Sinjin, of course we know Tanya crooked out and went off at the parents' house. She went into the bed with food, and, that wasn't the family's rules. And so she, was arguing with Sinjin in front of his parents. And so they decided that they're going to go to a vineyard, and they're going to take the family with them, right? Excuse me, y'all. So they're going to take the family with them to a vineyard, and they're going to have a good time. And so they all sit down, and they're going to be having, wine and everything. And, of course, Tanya is sitting there as if nothing has happened, because arguing, screaming, and all of that is what Tanya does. And so the mother and the father decide that they're going to talk about this situation. And they told her that, it was unacceptable behavior, damn it. They were telling her that, you have to pipe down. You've got to calm. Sinjin is a person who's malmannered. He has a very soft heart, and you just bossy than a mother. Okay, you want to boss, you want to control, you want to argue. And the father told, and the mother said, you know what, I co-sign on that, damn it. My husband is right about all this. Even the sister said that she was, taken aback that Tanya was so aggressive. And so Tanya, was talking about she was emotional. And the father and the mother was like, fuck that. If y'all going to continue to argue like that, and this is the way that you're going to conduct yourself, the two of you all need to separate from each other and possibly get a divorce. Maybe this isn't the right relationship for you. And so Tanya says that she's going to pipe down. She's been just trying to wait, for 2 years for Sinjin to get himself together. And Sinjin said that basically his life blows with the wind. Whichever the way the wind goes, that's where he goes. And he is not really he's not ready to make the commitment that Tanya wants. But neither is Tanya, okay? Tanya's not really ready to make the same damn commitment, all right? So they end up going out that night with Sinjin friends. And, of course, Sinjin friends have already discussed the fact that the bitch came and lived in the house with them and, overstayed her welcome in that mofo, right? And so, of course, they're talking to her. And, of course, she wants to argue all over again. She doesn't want to be, she's just an asshole. The friends talked to her about the red flags that she saw. And, she was trying to deny the fact that she saw these red flags. And the friends was like, you saw the red flags, bitch, you know what you was getting into with Sinjin. And they were like, the guy that we see sitting here is different from the guy that was hanging out with us, like, right, like back in the day and everything, right? So again, this is why this episode got a D, because we just going through the same old books over and over again. The next couple I want to talk about is Andre and his family. They have finally gotten out of Andre what they wanted. They went and met with his friend. The three of them, the father, Chuck, what's her name, Jenny, and Charles, they all confronted Andre, and told Andre, bitch, we know what's going on. Go ahead and tell us the truth about the matter. He begins to go into, that he was with law enforcement, and because he didn't want to do shady things in a allegedly corrupt country, he was basically told, if you don't get the fuck up out of here, we're going to hurt you. And so he left. Now, Elizabeth is standing there and acting as if she had never heard this before in her life. And again, she's an actress, okay? She doesn't get an Oscar or an Academy Award. I mean, she'll get, five green potatoes or tomatoes, but she's standing there as if she did not know any of this stuff. And so she confronts Andre later on and tell Andre, I'm not going to marry you unless you tell me the truth. Regardless of what the truth is, I'm going to ride and die with you. I'm your wife and I love you, okay? And so Andre begins to tell her, the police force allegedly was corrupt and I had to get out of it, or I may not have been alive, okay? And so the family, I guess they're satisfied with it, but why them bitches ain't going out there and telling all the stuff that they got going on in their life? You understand what I'm saying? Like, whatever. And so, of course, he says that the reason, thank you so much for the super chat. Let me put my glasses on really, really quick. Thank you, Vanessa. You look beautiful, Auntie. Thank you. Got my hair in a bun and all tied up and tangled up, and I just was like, you know what, I'm coming out and I'm being naturally me. I keep pulling on this shirt though, so I'm gonna have to tuck it somewhere, but thank you so much, sweetie. I appreciate that. So, she's pretending as if she doesn't know that Andre has gone through all of this stuff. Andre, of course, like I said, he lied because he felt like, he was going to, possibly lose her. The next couple I want to talk about is Paul and Karine. Paul has not found a job. It's been 2 months and he has not found a job. Karine gave him an ultimatum and told him that if he did not get a job in 2 months, that she was going to roll the fuck out of it, okay, with her and the baby. And so now we see Paul making a decision to go and take her to a waste plant or a water. I said, bitch. What in the hell is wrong with Paul? Like, this is the type of guy that while he, you know what, I don't need you two to flag this, but I got some choice words that I could say about what I would do to Paul while he would sleep at night. Bitch, you gonna wake me and the baby up in the morning, noonday, whatever time I decide to get up. And you're going to take me to a waste plant so I can see how they purify the water. You're going to take me somewhere where I got to have a gas mask on and this smelling. And he thinks so low of Karine and of her lifestyle that he would take her to some place like this and think he was taking her to a 5-star Michelin restaurant. Bitch, you are taking me to McDonald's and to the waste dump. What the is wrong with Paul? Paul! I could not believe that he thought that this was acceptable. I mean, he really, it's such an insult to this girl. And wherever, maybe she was living below the poverty line, but damn it, she was happier than she's been with you. And here in America, you ain't doing America no damn favors by taking her to go and spill and see how they dump. And then it's pouring down raining and you got the umbrella over her ass and she got the baby out there. Thank you so much, Jessica. Oh, like when he showed her grapes. Yes! Like, who does stuff like that? Paul, what the? I see why Karine is in Indiana. I said it. I see why she would want to leave this mofo. Then he gonna sit up there and try to say, well, you know what, maybe I can get me a job here. Bitch, you got this man to meet you to show you this dump, this where the poo-poo and the toilet paper and all of that go. You should have asked the mofo for a job so you could have did your own independent tour, you stupid, dirty mother. I am trying to be so calm. I am trying to be calm. Y'all notice I'm trying to be calm. This mother is lost his damn mind. Karini's like, why would you bring me here to something like this? I don't want to smell this. I don't want to see this. I don't want to do any of this. So, you know, Paul goes after the tour. Paul asks her, did you have a good time? No, mother, I didn't have a good time. No, Paul, I didn't have a good time. And so now, you know, he's so concerned and he tries to apologize to her over again and says, you know what? Why don't we go to Brazil? And so he gets a smile on Karini's face. But the bitch didn't do what he said he was going to do. Let me tell y'all where Paul is right now. This bitch is in Brazil. And Karini is in Indiana, allegedly, with the baby. He didn't call social services on the girl, then put the tapes and all of that on the internet and on Instagram of what happened at the house. He was in everybody's, and now he's at Brazil doing what? Setting up so you try and see when she coming back because you can't figure out what the hell she's doing with the people that she with and doing what she doing with the whoop whoop and the boop boop boop. So you want to make sure that you sit your ass over there in Brazil just in case she flies her ass over there. Paul, you cruddy as hell. You cruddy, young. You over there filling up bathtubs with water, motherfucker. The hell is going on? That's some cruddy stuff. All because you lost control over the woman. You was a control freak. You think you above her. You treat her like she the dirt underneath your shoes. Anytime you gonna take a woman on, was that a date? I'm trying to calm down. That's why I should have just stayed focused and say this for the other channel. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, you dirty mother. The next person that I wanted to talk about is Angela and Michael. Angela it is the day of Angela's wedding. And Angela wakes up in the morning and she says that she's getting married for the cake, bitch. Michael leans and crawls across the bed and busts his ass, girl, and let out a show enough atomic bomb of a fart, okay? And Angela is laughing and all things are right with the world. JoJo, I guess, is in the other room chilling and smelling farting and all of that kind of stuff, and smelling cigarettes and drinks made with cayenne pepper and hot sauce, bitch. So Angela is, you know, she's nervous and everything, and she's feeling some kind of way because her family is not there, and she did not want to really get married in Nigeria, but she was so desperate for Michael to come to the United States that she was willing to do anything that she felt like she had to do. And so Angela, of course, felt like she had to go to Nigeria in order to, you know, have Michael get a different visa, okay? To bring Michael here. But Angela, you know, realizes, okay, from her attorney and from the attorney in Africa that, guess what, boo, you very well may still not be able to bring your husband over here. But Angela's willing to take the chance. Her mother is sick, okay, and her daughter is, one of them at the time was incarcerated, and the other one is, you know, trying to juggle a whole bunch of kids, her kids and her sister's kids and all that kind of stuff. And so Angela, of course, had a bouquet made with all of their birthstones in it. And so she sits down at the table and she says, Michael, we need to talk about last night, because Angela intruded on Michael's bachelor party and turned it into a co-ed bachelor party and was upset because she was in a strip club. Bitch, that's what men do. That's what they do. That's where they have them at. If they don't have them in the strip club, they hire the bitches to come to the house. Okay, it just is what it is. And so before she does that, Michael hands her, says, I had something delivered. And he hand Angela the box of flowers, right? Her bouquet. And of course, Angela begins to break down because just knowing that, this is a representation of her family being there with her overwhelms her and brings her ass to tears. Okay? And so Angela is sitting there, with the flowers, and she says, you always do this. And so she tells Michael that, I don't trust you. I don't trust anybody. And I want to be sure that, when I leave here, you're not going to fuck nobody. Okay? And let's just go ahead and keep it 100. And I'm going to put it out there the way it is. And Michael's like, I promise you that I won't do that without a condom. All right? Because Michael been getting his. I'm sorry, y'all. Michael been getting his, and Michael gonna continue to get his. I mean, let's just, okay. We all grown, right? Yes, we all grown. And so Angela is, trying to, tell Michael we've been arguing like this over and over and over again, and I'm really tired of it. Michael is saying, and then she's anxious because all of Michael's family is going to be there looking at her, judging her. Yeah, they're going to be there looking at you and judging you and all that kind of stuff. But Angela, guess what? You ready for this. So they gather all this stuff together and they're going to the venue where Angela's going to be married so that she can get prepared for her wedding. And of course she goes and, she's there with her friends, and of course she's feeling nauseated. She's all over the place, and she decides that she's going to call her family because she wants to check on her mother and on the rest of the family. And so this is what Angela does, right? Angela goes out there and she, calls them. She shows them the bouquet. Of course, the grandbaby is on there, but I never heard Angela check on her mother. Now, Angela may have checked on her mother, but I'm going to tell you right now, damn it, I didn't see it. Now, maybe you saw it, but I didn't see it. All right. And so Angela now is in the hut or in the office space where she is going to be getting prepared to get married. Michael is somewhere else with his friends, and he has his Barney suit on that she brought over. I don't know if it's gray or purple. It looked a little purple to me. I couldn't tell. But Michael is ready. He's excited about this, and he wants Angela, as his wife. All the abuse and everything that Michael is going through verbally, in my opinion, okay? Because I really do believe that Angela is extremely verbally abusive to Michael. It just is what it is. Michael is making excuses for her, and I believe that Michael thinks that once they get married that things are going to improve and that Angela's going to be some kind, going to get some kind of miracle pill that is going to automatically make her a secure woman. No, it's going to get worse because now she's going to feel like ownership. She's going to feel like she owns that mofo now, okay? She's going to be like, you're my husband and I own you, bitch. All right? So Angela is in there. She, dismisses the young lady that comes in, and then there's a gentleman that comes in, and he's there to do Angela's hair, and she's frazzled. And said that she's, has a whole bunch of anxieties. He asks her about the headpiece, and Angela says, I don't want Michael to see it, and she dismisses Michael. And we are left with a picture of Angela looking also royal with a straight up crown up on her mofo head, okay? And I must say myself that Angela looks beautiful, okay? And Michael is, about to meet his bride at the altar, and yeah. And so I'm assuming that next week we're going to get a wedding episode. We are also probably going to be getting one from Elizabeth and Andre. So hopefully we'll be able to see that. Again, if I had to rate this episode, I would rate this episode a D. I thought, again, that it was a filler episode. I didn't think that we got anything that was really interesting. It actually, in a way, was a snore fest. Some of it I didn't even really fully watch because I just was like, this is a whole bunch of frackanacka bull crap and stuff that we're not interested in. And again, as I said, for all of us who are on Instagram, we're really getting, the meat and potatoes of these episodes. Some of the information we're getting before they even air the episode, okay? Because Instagram is like where it is. It's like popping hot, like all the news is popping out on Instagram. Instagram is stepping up their game, okay, as far as spilling the tea is concerned. So, again, let me know what you think in the comments section. Did you think that this episode was great? What did you think was a highlight in this episode, or something that you didn't already know as a viewer? I love you all to pieces. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.